Welcome everyone, you have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. My name is Ricky and today I bring you a pick a card tarot reading. This one is titled The Universe Has an Important Message for You. Now, this message can take any form, any shape. We're going to let the tarot, we're going to let oracle cards speak to us. Now, if you're new to pick a cards, then all I'm asking you to do is to pick one of these three groups. This is group number 1, Archangel Elemiah. This is group number 2, Archangel Metatron. And then this is group number 3, Archangel Chaziel. Each one of these groups has a special message for you. I will include the timestamp to each group in the description below. Take a moment, make your selections, then go ahead and fast forward to your group. Welcome group number 1. So you picked the very powerful Archangel Elemiah. This is definitely a very beautiful archangel. The name Elemiah stands for regeneration and renewal. And so, this is an angel who is strongly associated with water and all that water symbolizes, healing, flowing, and freely giving. So this archangel supports positive change through challenging experiences. So you are being asked at this time by the universe to take a risk with your heart and be generous at this time. And you will be protected and rewarded for your offering. Remember to give without expectation of return. And that life is a constant flow of possibilities. And so, in order to obtain those possibilities, it's important for you to give of yourself at this time. So very interesting message by this archangel. We're going to go ahead and zoom out and we're going to try and get a direct message from the tarot. We're going to start with the guardian angel messages. Let's see, we're going to shuffle first and we're going to see what is it that the universe wants to tell you at this time. We've got 8 of fire, speed, activity, multitasking. We have got the 6 of earth reversed, charity, generosity, windfall. Wow. And then finally, we have got the 5 of air reversed, mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. Wow. Very powerful cards here indeed. Let me see if we're zoomed out. We are zoomed out. All right, so these are some very special cards. We start with the message of the 8 of fire, speed, activity, and multitasking. The universe wants you, group number 1, at this time to move swiftly, powerfully, right? The 8 of wands, the 8 of fire in this tarot is the card of fast moving activity, going forward, taking action. And so, this can be in communication, this can be in actual fire energy, which means you actively moving and getting things done, right? Sometimes we stay stuck because we don't know what's next, or we're fearful of what might be, what might not be, and so we kind of stay stuck in that same area. This is not the time for that. Speed, activity, multitasking is important at this time for you to achieve. Now, we do move on to the 6 of earth, which actually came out reversed. And, whenever you get a tarot card reversed, it's an indication that you really have to read the message more profoundly. It's like a different layer, right? And so what we have here is charity, generosity, windfall. These things are coming to you, but the fact that it's reversed tells me that in order for you to be able to have these things, you have to be active in your approach. One thing that I strongly feel is that in the coming years, the people who give the most are the people that are going to receive the most. And it's it kind of hurts to say, hey, if you want to receive, you have to do this, right? Because sometimes we give our charity because it's charity. We just want to give, right? But there's an element of karma and there's an element of reciprocity to the universe. And so in order for you to have what you desire, you have to give that thing, right? So it's important for you to, moving forward, to give, to be active in your approach. Now, the 5 of air comes also as a warning. The card did come out reversed. And so this card talks about mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. So, it talks about mistakes that you've committed, talks about mistakes that potentially are keeping you stuck, right? Keeping you stuck in a certain mindset, not allowing you to move forward effectively. The Five of Air, which is the Five of Swords, really, it's the card of conflict, internal conflict. It can talk about conflict with other people, but in this illustration, we definitely just see one person. And it almost seems like they are in conflict with themselves. They are in conflict with some kind of decision making that they have to embark in, or some kind of adventure that they have to embark in, but they're just not willingly taking that leap. And so what's essentially happening here is that they're throwing a fit. They're refusing to play the game because they are in this energy of, I don't want to participate, I don't want to give of myself, I don't want to be generous, I don't want to be nice to people, I don't want to open up to people, or I don't want to take the step to be a better human being. I'm just going to worry about myself. I'm going to be very self-absorbed and borderline narcissistic, right? So this is the kind of approach that keeps people in a place of just being stuck, right? Just being stuck. They don't give anything, therefore they don't receive anything. They just stay in the same place. So this energy is an energy that you're being asked to avoid. If this is the kind of energy that you are maybe around at this time, you are potentially being asked to deal with them swiftly. And so, yeah, definitely with these cards, you are being shown, you're being told, you're being guided towards an energy of giving, an energy of being more for other people, as opposed to just being so self-absorbed and all about yourself. Sometimes we just, even when we work, even when we do things, we tend to forget that it's not just about us, it's about the work itself, it's about the process of giving back, right? And so you're being asked to pay very close attention to this. Now, why? Let's go ahead and take a look and see and ask the universe, what's going on here? Why are these energies important at this time? Ace of Pentacles, yeah. So you keep getting this message, right, of with the Pentacles, and now with the Ace of Pentacles, what you essentially have is the beginning of something, the beginning of some kind of fruitful endeavor taking place, the beginning of prosperity for you, and the creation of something. For some reason I heard nonprofit organization. That nonprofit will catapult you towards something else, and whatever it is that nonprofit is going to catapult you to will lead you to truly satisfaction, right? So the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning stages of prosperity, the beginning stages of a project, the beginning stages of an illumination, and I'm moving away from a cycle of essentially, what's the word I'm looking for? Moving away from a cycle of instability, moving away from a cycle of just being poor. It almost feels like a lot of the people that pick this group, you are going through an energy of lack, right? And so with the Ace of Pentacles, you're moving away from that lack. This is the beginning. This is the seed. This is the seed that you've planted in the past, blossoming into something beautiful for you, right? That's what the Ace of Pentacles essentially represents. All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep the messages flowing. Then we're going to throw some oracles. We have the Hierophant reverse. Now this is an interesting energy. Very interesting always when I get the Hierophant, because I think this energy represents tarot readers very well, especially people that do what I do here on YouTube and in other places. The Hierophant is the energy of the priest that uses the magnificent, awesome power of the universe, puts it into a building, creates something, a structure that people can read, they can learn from. This is the person that is able to help and guide and lead people forward. Now, in order to be a true Hierophant, you have to have incredibly high moral character. You can't just be a despot, or you can't just be someone of low moral quality or low moral standards, and expect to tap into the energy of the Hierophant, which is one of the reasons why you're getting the Hierophant reversed. Moving forward karmically, you're being asked by the universe to be good. Okay, remember that you're in a very special kind of cycle with the Ace of Pentacles, where if you aren't good to people, if you aren't motivating them, if you aren't lifting them forward and helping them in every way possible, you're going to experience the same fate as the people that you are mistreating. So in everything that you do, you have to be very careful. Careful with whose hearts you're breaking, careful with who you're lying to, careful with what insidiousness you are partaking in, because these things are going to come back to you, right? So you're being almost called to service by the universe. Very interesting card, very interesting reading, okay? This is a very interesting one. Gotta be honest with you guys. But you are being called to service at this time. Hierophant energy reversed. Also, for some reason, I'm feeling like a lot of you are like, what? Are you kidding me? No way. But that is exactly what you are being asked to do at this time. You're being asked to step into some kind of leadership role. And this leadership role does have to do with spirituality. You know, the Hierophant is definitely the card of, again, guiding people forward. And we have here books. You know, one thing to consider with the Hierophant, he is able to create and to put the message of spirituality, the message of the universe into writing, so that people can read and learn and expand their understanding of this subject very, very profoundly. And so maybe potentially for some of you, there's some writers out there, maybe there's some content creators out there, there's something that you can do to help motivate and inspire and uplift, even in your work, right? When you go to work, are you the kind of person that walks in and immediately your head is down, like, don't even talk to me, I haven't even had my coffee yet, you lunatic, leave me alone, right? Are you that kind of person? Or are you the kind of person that comes in and you're a fire starter? You know, you ignite people, you motivate them, they're happy to see you, right? And so remember, this energy that you give, you will receive. So, you know, you might not see it right off the bat. You might not see the reciprocity immediately, because there's always a period of friction before you start seeing that return. If you can get through that period of friction, you're going to start seeing karmically the response back. People that you maybe thought you'd never speak to, now they're speaking to you. Contracts that you never thought you'd have, now they're here. Energies that you potentially never even considered, all of a sudden they make themselves known to you, right? So this is the energy that you are under. In order for you to receive, you have to give. It's going to be an even exchange, right? Don't expect miracles. Don't expect for you to just all of a sudden have exactly what you want if you aren't participating in the process of creation. This is the new energy that we're headed in. This is the new age of technology. This is the new age of spirituality. This is the new age of expansion. And so in the new age of expansion, you have to be diligent in your approach. This is where we build up the mind. This is where we build up the person in every possible way. So that's what the Hierophant's journey is. That's what's being asked of you at this time. Again, charity, generosity, windfall, speed, activity, multitasking, right? You're being called to do more, much more than you're doing now. It might even seem like, you know, it's sometimes like, hey, why am I even wasting my time? Well, just remember, don't make mistakes. Don't be melodramatic. You know, there's always this energy of like, maybe I'm just wasting my time. Don't think that, right? Be nice to the people that potentially are being rude to you. Whenever you do that, understand that karmically, they're going to receive less than you. You're going to receive more. And the thing is, it has to get to the point where you're not even doing it thinking, I'm going to get mine soon, right? That's the only reason I'm being nice, because then you're not being genuine. It has to come from a place deep down inside of true sincerity, of self. Why do I feel this way? Why am I acting this way? And the only way that you start seeing the benefits of this kind of energy is by doing, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw some more. Oh, you know what? We're going to throw oracle cards. This is from the Angel Quest Oracle. We're going to try and get some direct messages. Here we got the first card. We've got confidence showing up here. Interesting. This is Archangel Zadkiel is presenting you with opportunities to boost your self-esteem. So, boy, this is a very powerful message. And it also reveals something, right, very powerful here as well. And that thing is that some of you are the way you are because of self-esteem issues, right? You potentially are judgmental, or you talk bad about people behind their backs. you gather around with your friends and you choose a target and you devour that person, and you just start spreading possibly even lies and rumors, or you exaggerate the truth. All of these things, all of these words, they have a tail. They have a long-lasting effect karmically. So you need to be careful what you say about people, right? Self-esteem. It's important for you also to be confident in whatever it is that you're doing at this time. The number 33, master number, talks about the process of creation. Your words create. And so whenever you're using your words, whenever you're putting them down in writing, whenever you're sharing maybe a quote or a message, make sure that you do it with the utmost confidence in yourself, and understand that there is always an energy that's moving you forward, pushing you in the direction that you need to go in, right? Give into that energy, because it will not lead you astray. Let's go ahead and take a look at another card. We've got here Serenity. Beautiful card. The angels are awakening you to inner and outer peace. That is beautiful. And I love this card. Why? Well, we've got the lotus flower here. And the lotus flower is such a beautiful, divine flower, because it grows out of a swamp. I mean, a smelly, stinky, dirty swamp, okay? And it blossoms into the most beautiful flowers. And we have here an angel coming out of that flower. So I feel that a lot of the people that pick this group, you come from bad families, you come from toxic families that, unfortunately, they spoke bad about other people behind their backs, and they spread rumors, and they were just so maladjusted. They're just so melodramatic, and it's just a very toxic environment that you grew up in. And unfortunately, a lot of you still have those traits. And in order for you to truly gain understanding, wisdom, in order for you to grow, you have to leave that aside and understand that you are a beautiful lotus flower. You are blossoming into something beautiful. But understand that you do come from that toxic environment, and then that toxic environment has made you powerful. Let's be honest, right? When we come from toxicity, we tend to see things differently, right? It's not just all bad. We are now transformed. We understand what's good. We understand what's bad. And so in order for us to keep growing, we have to make the decision for ourselves. Do we give into that energy of darkness? Do we continue that pattern of toxicity? Or do we transform into something far, far beautiful, just like the lotus flower that grows from a swamp, blossoms into the most beautiful of flowers? So the message, serenity, the angels are awakening you to inner and outer peace. Beautiful, beautiful oracle. All right, so we're going to put that oracle deck aside, and now we're going to go ahead and use the oracle of the archangels. For some reason, I just felt like busting out all the angel cards today, guys. I love these cards. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look and see what direct messages we get here. We've got Archangel Mary showing up. I like this. Archangel Mary, this is actually the first time I get this card in a reading. Open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. Boom. I mean, this is definitely the message that we've been getting from the very beginning, right? And now we have that message here, like fully cemented, right? Archangel Mary holding, no doubt, a representation of Christ in her arms, right? Open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. You're being asked to nurture. If you are in this energy where it's just all you, like me, it's time to put that energy aside for now. Because what you're going to end up attracting with that energy is people that are just me. You're going to attract narcissists. And so that's not good, right? You want to avoid that kind of toxic energy. And so Archangel Mary, open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. You have all the tools that you need at this time to make wise decisions. You have to use those tools effectively. All right, group number one. So let's go ahead and keep it going. We're going to keep these oracle cards coming, baby. Let's take a look and see what we got. The universe is speaking some truths today. Let's throw another one. Lord, this is going to be a weird one, but I'm going to try my best. Lord Wivelzeal. Lord Wivelzeal, accept and send healing. You are a being of the universe. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, right? Like the message just keeps on repeating itself. Accept and send healing. You are a being of the universe. And so what we have here is, again, what we've been talking about, what you give, you receive. And it seems here like the only way to be able to accept and receive what it is that you want is by sending it to other people. And even more than that, your words, your creation, your energy has the ability to heal others. And so you are being asked to tap into that healing energy. Sometimes we want to try and give into the energy of Shiva, right? Shiva, the deity, the deity of destruction and chaos, and that's not bad. It's it's needed sometimes. In order to be able to create magnificent works of art, we have to be a destroyer. Destroy the old, destroy the present, and like a phoenix rise from the ashes into something new. But you can't 100% of the time be in that destructive energy, because then you become a tyrant, right? And so in order for you to gain the Ace of Pentacles, in order for you to actually truly receive what it is that you've been asking for, you have to heal others. And that's the only way that you're going to receive the healing that you've been looking for. You are a being of the universe, right? We've got the keyword universe in a universe reading. Very powerful. This is a true confirmation that everything that's been said here is a message for every single one of you. The universe wants you to step into a leadership role, to be more to your community, to be more for society, to be a bigger presence of joy and prosperity for the people around you. It doesn't even have to be your community. All it is the people around you, the people that you have been put in contact with, your sister, right? Treat her better, because you have absolutely no idea what's happening with her, right? So it's important for you to move in that direction quickly, because there are things that you are going to receive. Now, we're going to go ahead and throw some direct messages. These cards are actually pretty special. They're kind of like affirmations, right? They're not really like messages, but what we're going to try and do is intuitively pick up on the messages and see exactly what the universe wants to tell you right now. So the first card out is Advocacy. That's an interesting card. And then the second one is Meaning. I'm going to put that down for a moment, and we're going to go ahead. Believe it or not, this deck has 200 cards. Can you believe that? So yeah, we're going to go ahead and just throw 3 out of those 200. All right, so we've got some interesting cards here. We're going to start with Advocacy, and we're going to go ahead and read the message. To be a person who publicly supports, champions, promotes, or recommends a particular person, group, cause, or policy, to be a champion, promoter, proponent, or backer, and to have advocacy in my life. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, group number 1, okay? I mean, can the message get any more clearer? It's like the universe is like trying to shake you, right? And tell you, hey, no. This is the message, okay? Like, we're not going to start talking about you're going to find your love, and your love is going to be like this, and he's 7 feet tall and plays in the NBA. No, you're not going to get that message today, okay? The universe is telling you right here, hey, listen, if you want to receive what it is that you want, you have to be a champion of the people, right? And you have to show that love, that support. You have to recommend. You have to be a champion, a promoter, a proponent. It's the only way forward, all right? Then we move on here to the second message, which talks of meaning. To have a life full of meaning, to do meaningful things, to engage with ideas, experiences, and preoccupations that have serious, important, significant, or useful quality or purpose, right? So now we're moving to an area that's very powerful and beautiful, right? Meaning, why do we do what we do? Why is it that this energy is so important? Because a lot of you lack meaning. You lack direction. You don't know exactly why you're here, and you keep asking, and you don't realize that the only way that you're going to find the answer is to give everything of yourselves. And to give everything of yourself, you'd be surprised. It's just a smile to a stranger, guys, right? Sometimes it's that simple. You give a smile to someone. They've never seen somebody smile so beautifully. Next thing you know, they might actually do something nice for you in return, right? That you'd never expect. And that might open up a door for you. I mean, it's literally as simple as that. It takes seconds, right? That's truly what I feel you can do, like bare minimum, right? Like you're just starting, right? And so a life full of meaning. It almost feels like with this card, new doors, new opportunities will be presented to you. You're going to be put in places where you're going to see exactly what's being required of you. The universe is going to intuitively put into your heart what you should do. Make sure that you follow that. Make sure that you actually do those things. And then the third message, it's interesting that I just said that, because the third message is discipline. Let's read this, because this is going to be interesting. Okay, so to be self-disciplined and self-controlled in my way of being, for my action or inaction to be regulated in accordance with my own expectations, progression, goals, priorities, and personal truths, and to be able to overcome my weaknesses or temptations in pursuit of what is right and what I want. Wow. I mean, this is the last card of this reading, and it pretty much just summed up everything. All right. Keyword here, self-disciplined, right? Self-control. These are very important key words here. It's personal truths, understanding your weaknesses, not giving into temptations in the pursuits of what is right and what I want, right? Or what you want. And so there are certain goals, there are certain things that you are trying to accomplish in life, for sure, group number one. The universe is telling you that in order for you to have those things, it's time to start giving a little more. All right. If you give just a little more, just a tad bit, you're going to start seeing that reciprocity. You're going to start seeing a return of that energy. So that is what I see here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me a like as well. Leave a comment down below. I haven't heard from you guys in a while, and if you haven't heard from me, let's be honest, this is the first pick a card I do in a while. So let me know what you thought about the reading. Also, please don't fall for the scammers. I will never reach out to you to request a reading from you. Okay, you have to go directly to my website, which is www.tarotmagicianshop.com. if you are interested in purchasing a reading. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much. Love you, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2. So you picked the very powerful Metatron. Now, this angel is well known to many who study the angelic realm. You know, although the origin of the name is still debated, Metatron is called the youth in the Sahara and is often associated with the stories of ascension and transformation. And so in a reading, this card brings the makings of change in your life. And also there's an assurance that changes will eventually come, things will be rewarded. And so you're being asked to take a leap into the unknown at this time. That's what the universe is asking of you. Take a leap into the unknown. Also, the message of Metatron is that you are being protected at this time as you take that leap into that unknown. So you have to give into that energy completely. Now, let's go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to go ahead and throw some tarot and see exactly what other messages we receive from the universe. Let's go ahead and shuffle, and get it going. Alright. We are asking the universe to guide us in this time. What messages do you have for group number 2? We've got the 2 of Air reversed. We've got the Knight of Water reversed. And we've got the Queen of Fire upright. Very interesting cards. Wow. I like these. All right. So we start with the 2 of Air. And what we have here is the card of indecision, avoidance, confusion. It seems like a lot of you are caught in this almost two-way decision-making process, right? You don't know exactly which way to go. You're at a crossroads. The fact that it's reversed means that now you've become completely paralyzed, right? This person is already paralyzed. This person has no idea what to do. Well, reversed means that you really don't know what to do. You are completely and utterly waiting for the universe to just slap some sense or some knowledge into your life, right? And it almost seems like you've entered into a period of avoidance, possible confusion, because you don't know exactly what to do in a situation. And so the universe wants to bring some light into this energy. Now, it seems like it has to do with somebody, right? You've got somebody showing up here, And this is a lover boy. Romantic, emotional, even a little dramatic. Now, let's keep in mind, this person came out reversed, okay? So what we have here is essentially a knight in shining armor with no armor and an empty cup, all right? This is the energy of someone who is a player. This is someone who moves from person to person, taking from the sweet nectar of the flower until the flower has no more to give, and then he moves on to the next flower, right? So this is the energy of someone who unfortunately is giving into this hookup culture that's in some ways very acidic, you know? Doesn't really lead anywhere, doesn't take you anywhere. It's all just very, very acidic to the soul, really, even. And unfortunately, I feel like some of you are around that kind of energy. If this is an aspect of you, if you are essentially giving into this energy right now, you're being asked to see the beauty within you, right? You're being asked to value yourself a little more. You are the queen of fire. You are intelligent, exuberant, and you are someone who is very determined, right? So the universe is reminding you of your power, but at the same time, it's telling you, hey, what's up with this, right? If this is an aspect of yourself, which I feel that for a lot of you, like maybe 80% or 90% of the people watching this, this is not an aspect of you. This is someone, right? This is like a person in your life that you are just like salivating over, or you really just don't know. You don't know if they're really into it, if they really want you, if, you know, there's just an energy here of like, I have no idea. And so I'm kind of paralyzed, I'm kind of frozen. I feel that some of you have people around that are good and have people around that are within this kind of energy, right? That player-like energy that really they just want to take, and they just want to have a fun time, and then just want to move on, right? And then you're succumbing to that energy. You're telling yourself, yeah, well, I'll be with them, I'll have fun with them, but really, you know, when it comes down to it, they're not going to be there when you truly need them the most. This is the kind of energy that, you know, hits it and quits it, right? This is the kind of energy that's around when good times are there. Soon as it starts raining, they leave. They're not going to be there for the bad moments, for the bad times. And I think that a lot of you, you like that. You enjoy that. But the problem is that the more that you entertain energies like this, the less you're going to attract the winners, the good ones, right? In order for you to attract true goodness, in order for you to attract the one, so to speak, you have to let go of these, right? You can't have this around you and expect for a knight in shining armor to come, right? You just can't. You have to let go of this immediately, okay? And you have to remember who you are in every possible way. You are the queen of fire. You know, you are someone who is just a fire starter. You're a leader. You are very dynamic in every way. And so, you know, it's interesting that you receive this card, because I feel that a lot of the people that pick this group, you are good. You're hard workers. You know, you're probably a career person, or if you're studying or in school, you have ambitions to be someone of great importance. And so, if those are your ambitions, if that is what's truly in your heart, which I know it is, because we've got here a crown, right, showing up in your heart. And so it's almost like an indication of your crownship, an indication that you are the queen of queens, so to speak. But I feel like maybe you might be dimming your light, or in some ways you may be giving too much of yourself to projects, right? You know, this right here, this emotional, dramatic human being who's really just there to just, you know, take from you, they're diminishing your light in some ways. It almost feels like they're not being sincere in the ways that you want them to be sincere. And in some ways, it's leading to the indecision, it's leading to the avoidance, it's leading to tough decision making. And I feel that a lot of you, there are people that you have to break up with, there are people that you have to let go, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it. You keep them around, right? There's an avoidance of this, but you have to let them go. The only way for you to move forward is to let that person go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw some more tarot and just get a deeper understanding. This is from the Influence of the Angels Tarot. I don't know. I decided to just do an Angels theme. I love the angel card, so why not? We've got the Four of Pentacles reversed and the Two of Wands. Oof. A lot of twos here today. A lot of planning. A lot of planning. And this is important because, number one, you've received the Four of Pentacles reversed. This is the card of the person who is building a strong foundation for themselves. This is the person who is thinking of, how can I invest wisely? How can I save? How can I be prosperous? Not right now, but like 20 years from now, right? This is the person that's constantly thinking of what needs to happen. Now, when we have a reversal, what it talks about and what it alludes to is an energy of greed, right? It's like the person that wants everything, right? It's like, I want the ring, I want the husband, but I want that side piece too. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, no, right? Like you have to be wise. You can't be greedy, right? This is the energy of someone who wants it all. And unfortunately, it's not wise at this time. It's not wise for you if you pick this group. You have to find a direction and move in that direction. You can't just expect for things to happen. You can't just expect for things to unfold the way that you want them to unfold, with an energy of greed, an energy of taking, right? Because ultimately that greed will destroy whatever foundation you've built. And that's not a good thing. And so with the Two of Wands, what we have is the card of planning, moving forward, being diligent. Remember, I'm trying to bring to light the fact that you are someone who's extremely intelligent, okay? So obviously we already talked about that. You are intelligent, you are determined. There's a very magnetic kind of energy to you. That energy draws people in. The reason why you've got this Knight of Water reversed, coming and floating and seeing and checking out, is because you are someone who's glowing right now, right? You are glowing. You're putting out this energy into the universe, and it's like, whoa, right? And that energy has led you to overconsumption. You're just, and it's funny that right here we have the Queen of Fire, who's a bit overweight, right? And in some ways, it's like she's over-consuming. And with the Four of Pentacles reversed, we do have the card of greed. And we have the card of taking too much instead of giving, right? So overconsumption. The fact that you are a queen, the fact that you have exactly what you need, and the fact that you energetically are in a place of prosperity tells us also that you are in an energy of like consumption. I want it all. Give me everything. Give it to me. I don't care. I deserve this, right? And so moderation is being asked at this time. And planning, very detailed planning, right? We've got the Two of Wands showing up. Two of Wands for me is the card of the Maverick. It's the card of the person who knows and understands exactly what needs to happen at this time. We start the suit of Wands with the Ace of Wands, which is the card of but a burst forward, a burst of willpower to determine to do something, which is exactly the energy that you need in order to move out of this indecision, this avoidance, right? This confusion that you're feeling about people. And so with the Two of Wands, we're skipping the Ace of Wands. We're moving directly into the planning phase. It almost feels like the universe is telling you, listen, you know exactly what needs to happen. You're just avoiding it because you think that you can have it all. But unfortunately, right now, where you are right now, a decision needs to be made. And it needs to be made because what's coming next requires everything that you have. It requires your energy completely. You can't be distracted. And so what you have around you are distractions, right? These distractions will not lead you to the green pasture that you are looking for. And so it's important for you to just, let go of the energies that aren't serving you. Let go of the people that aren't serving you anymore. And even if they are serving you, you know who you need to let go of, right? You know exactly what you want. You know exactly how you're going to get it, but you're avoiding it. You are avoiding it. Let's take a look and see why. Confidence. This card came out in group 1 as well. So, if you were drawn to group number 1, there might be a message there for you. But my goodness, confidence. Archangel Zadkiel is presenting you with opportunities to boost your self-esteem. Wow. Yeah, self-esteem is a theme, okay, that it keeps showing up in the tarot. It just keeps showing up in the oracles. Self-esteem. I think that a lot of us, we give too much to the wrong people. We give them more than we should because our self-esteem is shit. Let's be honest, right? Maybe we grew up in a toxic environment. We grew up with no father, a father that walked out and abandoned us. And we have to deal with these things, right? We have to deal with this energy of, am I loved? Do they love me? And the fact is that, you know, this isn't real love. Whoever this person is, this isn't real love, right? This is childish, dramatic, self-absorbed, fun energy. This isn't true love. And so what is it that you want, right? You have to love yourself first. You have to boost your self-esteem in order to see clearly. And it's funny that, you know, we got this card, and you also have the Queen of Fire, which is, I mean, she's exuberant, she's determined, I mean, she's a fire starter. So it leads me to believe that you have made a lot of changes in your life. You've grown very dynamically as a person, and you are in a place where you know you are a boss, right? You are the boss. And so energetically, for some reason, you tend to delve right back into this habit, right? The reason why you're under this avoidance energy is because of self-doubt, which leads to self-sabotage. And so, yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of opportunities that are going to be presented to you. The number 33 being a master number is the number of creation. And there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be able to create, and the opportunities, the doors will open so that you can participate in that process of creation. But it will not happen if you keep entertaining these kinds of energies. If you succumb to the energies of greed in the Four of Pentacles reversed, and ultimately, you know, it leads to an avoidance of what needs to happen. It leads to confusion, and then ultimately it just leads to immobility. You just don't move forward, right? And that's not what you need to do right now. Right now, it's Two of Wands energy all the way. Planning. And once you are able to see fully the path, you have to be able to take that first step, right, in that direction. That's the only way forward. Let's go ahead and throw some more oracles and see what else we get. Unity, Archangel Raguel. We have here the yin yang, beautiful symbol. It's funny that number 33 and now we have number 34. It's like one leads to the other. Archangel Raguel wants you to understand that you are one with the universe. Wow. Yeah, I picked up on the energy from the very beginning. Maybe I haven't spoken enough of it because I tend to focus on the problem, right, instead of the magnetism and the positive side of things. But I gotta say, you are someone who's here to bring change to the world. You are someone who's here to be a trend starter, a trend setter. And, you know, you're not here to be a follower. You're not here to chase after people who energetically aren't at your same frequency. You're here to be a leader, okay? And so I think that a lot of you sometimes you give up your crown, right? You take your crown and you put it aside. And yeah, don't do that, right? You are someone who's extremely important, and you have to be able to fully understand that and appreciate that. Also, one thing that I'm seeing, and for some reason it just came into my mind, I hope that you guys, that everyone doesn't take offense to this, but there has to be a little more exercise. Okay, for some reason, some of you are not exercising, and it's causing your health to suffer. So you have to be intense with your exercise routine. You have to try and work out, lose weight, get in shape. This is what I think that a lot of you are avoiding as well, you know, and unfortunately it's leading to your body, for your body to break down sooner than it needs to. So for some of you, not all of you, take a resonance, leave the rest, right? But for some of you, you are being asked to give a little bit more attention to that, right? It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. Me personally, I just started going and trying to get at least like 5,000 or 6,000 steps in, doing some push-ups, doing it every day. It's difficult, guys. Okay, it is difficult to do, but you have to prioritize it, because if you don't, then your purpose, what you're here to do, it just, you know, you're not going to be able to have the energy to do it. So your work, everything that you do is always going to be subpar. And you don't want that. All right? You want to be the best version of yourselves. You want to be the full-on Queen of Fire. You want to be fire incarnate, baby. That's exactly the energy that you want to bring, right? Yes. So Archangel Raguel wants you to understand that you are one with the universe. We're going to go ahead and try and get some direct messages also from the Archangel Oracle cards. Again, angel themed. Love these cards. Okay, we've got Archangel Haniel, Archangel Christine. Interesting. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the very first one. So, Archangel Haniel, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness. You know, there's here a strong sense of being happy with what you got. It almost feels like the reason why a lot of you are entertaining energies that aren't helping you or serving you in any way, you know, hanging out with them and participating in their self-absorption is because you're not happy with yourselves. You know, some of you don't like being alone. Some of you put too much energy and weight on what other people say about you. You know, one word, that one opinion that they have of you destroys you. You know, and we live in a world that, unfortunately, if you are someone who does not have that self-love, they will destroy you. It won't destroy you, but it'll definitely put a dent on your day, right? Energetically, it'll feed the indecisiveness. It'll feed the avoidance. It'll feed the confusion. And so, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness. So you're being asked to be that queen of fire, right? To be that starter. Whoever it is that you are being this queen for, be it for yourself first, right? Because right now, you're being that queen of fire for the wrong people. You're, for this Knight of Cups reversed, right? The player that's moving from flower to flower, right? Smelling each flower one at a time. Yeah, you got to get rid of that immediately. That's not for you, all right? And then we have here Archangel Christine. Accept the Christ light, act with wisdom and loving compassion. Wow. This is a very powerful energy. Very, very powerful archangel and message, right? Because the Christ light is one of self-sacrificing. You know, when Christ was born, Christ believed that there was true divinity inside of him. And he was completely right, I believe. And he was crucified for that reason. Nobody wanted to actually truly and fully understand the message that he was giving. And so with everything that you do, remember there is divinity inside of you. There is guidance. There is an energy of expansion. And so you have to in some ways tap into that. And when you speak to someone, make sure that you're speaking directly from the heart, right? Make sure that you're not speaking from pain. Make sure that you're not speaking from an energy of taking or an energy of self-absorption, but truly try and see people fully for what they are, the goodness inside of them. Sometimes that's a difficult thing to do, right? In a culture such as this, that's difficult to do, but that is what's wise, and that is in short the Christ light. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw some more oracle cards from the Compass Oracle. This deck has like 200 cards, and they have direct messages that will be able to kind of help us cement the message and really get a full grasp of what is being communicated here. All right, so the first card is charisma, second card is emotional health, and the third card is status. Oof, interesting combination here. All right, so let's start with the first one. Let's read through this together. So this reads, to possess a compelling attractiveness that can inspire devotion in others, to have a magnetic, captivating, alluring, and charming personal quality, or many, that draws people in. Wow. That is what's being required and asked of you at this time from the universe, right? A compelling attractiveness. Very interesting. And that is exactly who the Queen of Wands is. I think that some of you have forgotten who you are. That's why you're being reminded. That's why the universe is reminding you in this reading who you are. Group number 2. Emotional health, to be in alignment on an emotional level. To be able to feel emotion and to use my emotions like a compass in order to arrive at life experiences that feel healthy, positive, and emotionally fulfilling. Wow. So, one of the reasons why you're having trouble, right, with this energy of attractiveness and devotion and magnetism and just charming, alluring, the reason why you're having trouble with that is due to your own emotional health, right? It might be misaligned. There might be an energy of, unfortunately, dissatisfaction, you know. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and move on to the third card, status. Status reads, to have a high position or rank socially, professionally, or otherwise in relation to others, to have a high degree of prestige. Boom. This is Queen of... Come on, guys. Man, this message is so intense because this is Queen of Wands energy all over these cards. Queen of Wands energy. You are being reminded of your power. You're being reminded of who you are. For some reason, you've taken your crown off. You've put it to the side and you've entertained people who you should not be entertaining because of low self-esteem. And so you're being shook right now. Like the universe just grabbed you and it's shaking. It's like, what's wrong with you? Come back, right? Be the Queen of Wands that we need you to be. What is wrong with you? You are a leader. You are a fire starter. Why have you become so weak, right? You know exactly what needs to happen. Why have you become so indecisive? Who has led your heart astray, away from wisdom? Who, right? It's time to fan the flames. It's time to be happy with yourself, okay? It's time for you to truly be one with the universe, to tap into your intelligence. Be determined to change. Be determined to defeat whatever confusion is here. Avoid the drama. Avoid the drowning in emotional sorrow. Avoid people who romantically are not going to give you what you know you need and want at this time. The message is so clear. My oh my. That is what I see here. I want to thank you, group number 2, for watching. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Don't forget to give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Also, there is an incredible amount of fraud going on. I will never reach out to you for a private reading. I've had people reach out to me and tell me, hey, I've got some guy claiming to be you. I'm asking for money and saying that they're going to give me a reading. No, that is not me. Please do not send anyone any money. It's ridiculous out there. I think I found dozens of accounts that are pretending to be me. So I am offering private readings, but you have to go through my website, which is tarotmagicianshop.com. That's going to be linked down below. And that's it. That's the only place where I accept any kind of private reading request. If you have any questions, please, I'm here to answer them. I want to talk to you guys. Leave a comment down below. I'll respond. Thank you. And bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3. So you picked Archangel Caziel, number 18. Beautiful Archangel. This is the mediator and the meditator. And so this enigmatic angel essentially remains aloof and often hidden from human affairs, as you can see by the imagery. This archangel is associated with Saturn. He can bring tears and sorrow to those who deserve it. However, he also brings a state of moderation and chaotic, to chaotic situations. Now, if this card appears, it's essentially asking for us to take an impartial side, or to remain impartial, and to let the events take their course. And so there's kind of an implication here that, there is a situation that you're going through, right? That's what this archangel is implying. So there should be no further meddling or engagement in that situation that you are finding yourself in. You're being asked to live in the world, but to not be of it. And so, life will continue regardless of what is going on in the situation. So, very powerful message, right? Now we're going to go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to throw some tarot. I'm interested and curious to know exactly what that situation is. We're going to use tarot, and then we're going to throw some oracle cards. You're going to want to stay for the very end because we're going to use the Compass Oracle, where we'll get some direct messages. So do not click out. First card, Wise Counselor, 3 of Water, and Balance. Wow, you've got two major arcanas, right? Two very important major arcanas. And so the first one is the Wise Counselor, which is usually the hero font. Very beautiful imagery. Belonging, learning, and traditions. And so the fact that it's reversed tells me that potentially, you are being surrounded with energies that are toxic at this time. If this is you, it could be in a job setting, could be in your career, could be in a relationship, even your family, right? There's a sense of belonging with this card, but the fact that it's reversed tells me that that belonging is not there. Maybe potentially you're not receiving the guidance that you need at this time in order for you to be successful. And also there's a sense of traditions breaking down. These traditions are just not being respected, or there aren't any traditions that are being made and created in your family. And sometimes, traditions are important. That's what kind of keeps people together. It's what keeps everyone moving forward in the same direction, right? So we move on to the message of celebration. And one of the reasons why I say communities and I'm talking about people is because we do have the 3 of Water talking about community and friendships and celebrations. And so, it's almost like this is the energy that the universe would like for you at this time, to celebrate, to see the beauty in everything, to really give into it, right? This is 3 women holding up 3 cups, and they were just so happy, right? They're just so happy to be in that moment. We do have the butterfly. The butterfly is the ultimate symbol of transformations. And we have here new friendships. We have here a celebration of life, a celebration of how far you've come. Just celebrations in general. Very beautiful, beautiful energy indeed. And then we have the card of Balance. And what I feel, and we did get it reversed. Both major arcanas were reversed. And so there is a major message there. Group number 3, self-control, moderation, and compromise. These words are keywords that are going to be very important for you at this time. And so, when I say very important for you, what I mean is that some of you might be misaligned or out of balance in these areas, right? There is no self-control. Maybe there's overindulgence taking place. Potentially when it comes to moderation, it's just not there. You're just succumbing. You're just giving to this energy of like take, and it's led you to be disbalanced, right? It's led for you to maybe potentially not see the beauty in life and not see the beauty in everything. There's this preoccupation and this worry with life and how things are going to work out. And oh man, that can be very exhausting, right? Very exhausting. Compromise, very important. Wow. Now, what I do feel, just looking at these 3 cards, and we are going to throw some more tarot now and get a deeper understanding of this, but when I'm just looking at these cards, one of the things that the universe really wants to communicate to you is that in order for you to belong, in order for you to be a part of something, you have to learn the process. You have to learn the way forward, right? So I think a lot of you are not where you want to be right now because you're not learning and you're not growing in that area. So, I think that when I mean learning and growing, I'm not talking about career-wise. I am talking about relationships. I think that maybe potentially a lot of the people that pick this group, you tend to be more introverted, right? You don't want to be seen, which is actually kind of interesting that you pick Kaziel, because this archangel literally does not want to be seen. So you pick the archangel for you, right? If that's the archangel that spoke to you. And so there's a challenge here. Group number 3, the challenge is to step out of that comfort zone, to be a part of a community, celebrate with that community. This can be your family, your immediate friends around you. For some reason, I'm seeing some of you just in a room all by yourself, just watching TV, right? Watching these readings that are probably telling you that everything's going to be great and everything's going to work out. But, I feel like you have to try and make it happen for yourself, right? This is a no-nonsense reading. You have to try and make it happen for yourself. You have to get out there. Life is outside of that room. Life is not in that room. That room is a place for rest. It's a place for growing your knowledge base. It's a place for you to be safe while you sleep. But life is happening outside. Life is happening with other people. Life is happening with by essentially experiencing, right? And so you have to get out of that shell. If you find yourself in that shell, you're going to find that the more you do this, the more you challenge yourself in this area, the more you're going to find your soul family. The more you're going to find the people that love you, that truly want to be there, the people that are, you know, the people that bring you soup when you're sick, you know those people. Like, where are these people, right? My goodness. Unfortunately, we live in a culture where if you aren't providing, then nobody wants to be around you, right? And that's what you end up attracting when you're too extroverted and you want to be there and you want to be a part of everything, right? But I feel a lot of you're so introverted that you don't even allow for anyone to see your glow, right? And it comes from a toxic environment, some of you. It comes from, unfortunately, a family that had no stability. It comes from a family that potentially hurt you instead of helping you and guiding you. And so maybe you've learned that behavior from one of them. But yeah, it's time for you to find a little bit of balance in this area, because there are people out there that want to really love you and care for you and celebrate with you, your community. True friends, right? We throw around friendship way too easily nowadays. But true friendship is the kind of energy that's self-sacrificing. When you meet someone who is truly your friend and you love them, you would give your very life for that person. That's a weird thing to say, right? But I feel that that's what true love is, self-sacrificing. And so I think that a lot of you are looking for that energy, and you've been burned in the past, you haven't received it. And so instead of becoming the wise counselor, which is, I think, what a lot of you are destined to be, you've become an agent of darkness. And when I say that, I mean that you've just allowed for the darkness to consume you. You've just hid away in that darkness. You've become cynical of the world, somewhat chaotic, somewhat disillusioned even, right? I'm getting in my mind like the image of like the Batman. You guys haven't even seen the movie, but it's very interesting with when the Batman figures out at the very end that he himself had become the Joker, right? By punishing people, hurting them more than he needed to, that he had created monsters without even being aware. And then once he came to the realization, he lit up a torch, he went and he symbolically in the movie became the light that his people went to and followed, right? And so he used his darkness at that moment to be the light. What beauty. I mean, true transformation. And so a lot of you are being asked to be that for some people. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. Influence of the Angels Tarot. Let's take a look and see what else we get. Ooh, World reversed. And the Eight of Pentacles reversed. All right, so we start with the World. The World reversed just tells me, and it's very difficult, by the way, to find any kind of negative meaning to the World reversed. It's one of those cards that doesn't really have a negative meaning, but at the same time, we can look at it and say there's a cycle in your life that has not been completed, and it's not going to be completed until you actually are able to give into this energy. So everything that I just said about going out, being this kind of person, it's essential to get you through whatever is next, right? Life, I think, sometimes is like a video game. And I don't like video games. I don't really play a lot of video games. But it's like a video game. If you aren't able to meet all of the requirements in the first part of the game, you're not going to be able to go to level 2, right? You're going to stay stuck in level 1, just running around, right? Trying to find things in places that you've already looked. But you're not going to find anything there, right? And so in order for you to move on to what is next in your life, you have to be able to give in to the process of life. Eight of Pentacles tells me that there is work that's coming. There's a lot of work. There's an energy here of expansion. Expansion in the area of stability, in the area of forward moving, in the area of growth, We have here someone who's working very diligently at her craft. And it's almost like some of you are you're going to be given some kind of task, or you're going to find a job or a career, or you're going to be given something that's going to really, really give you satisfaction and happiness and joy. A door that you've been wanting to open for you is going to open for you. The only way that you're going to be able to get that door opened is by stepping out of that shell that we just talked about. And so what we have here is a progression of what we just said. What is coming next, right? The world reverse tells me that in order for you to be able to get into that cycle, you have to address this. The Eight of Pentacles gives us an understanding of what is to come, and also an understanding of the avoidance, right? And a lot of you are avoiding doing this. A lot of you are like, oh, that's too much work. But in reality, it's not. Because if you don't, then you're going to stay stuck. And that is even more work. If you think it's bad now, it can get worse if you don't move and get out of that shell. And this is going to be challenging for you, right? It is going to be challenging for some of you, but I feel that you're going to be able to handle this. And I feel that you're going to find the balance that you've been seeking, that you've been wanting. Now, we're going to throw some oracles and get some direct messages and see exactly what the universe wants to communicate to you at this time. We've got clarity showing up here. And clarity reads that your angels are helping you to see the situation in a clearer way, right? So beautiful energy. We've got here a staff just essentially coming and striking into the water. This is a pretty striking message. I mean, let's be honest, right? This is one of those messages that's like, really? Why couldn't you just tell me I'm going to win the lotto? Damn it, right? But yeah, this is a transformative kind of message. This isn't the kind of message that's just here to feed you what you want. This is the kind of message that takes you to where you need to be. And so clarity, your angels are helping you to see the situation in a clearer way. Clarity is what you've been asking for. Clarity is what you're here for. You're getting it. And so let's go ahead and move on to the other oracle card and see what else we receive from the universe. We've got here Life Review. Oh boy, this is the first time I get this card. Life Review. Archangel Jeremiel wants you to understand how your actions are affecting yourself and others. Boom, boom, boom. And look at all the people showing up here, right? It's almost like your avoidance or your energy right now, it's really messing with people, right? It's really getting in the way of growth. It can be in your family, your friends, your work environment. The energy that you are putting out into the universe right now, it's one that's affecting everyone, right? You're in a place right now where you are a leader, you are responsible, right? You're no longer like a child, right? Sometimes we stay in this child energy for a little too long and we think that our actions don't have or don't affect people around us, but they do. You're in a place right now where a lot of people are looking at you. And so it's important for you to be something different. It's important for you to step into that leadership role, right? And this is what's going to take you to what's next. Again, I feel that strongly for a lot of you, you are the wise counselor. You are the Hierophant of the tarot. And this is what's being asked of you right now, to step into that energy, to be that guiding light for people, right? And if you haven't seen The Batman, go and see The Batman. I know it's 3 hours long, so you're probably going to be mad at me while you're done with, but my goodness, what a movie, right? And you'll see what I'm saying once... Alrighty, group number 3, the camera turned off on me. And that is the universe's way of telling me to please stop talking about Batman right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and listen. Thank you, universe. And I'm just going to move on with the message, alright? So we were going to go ahead and throw some more oracle cards. We're going to use the Archangel Oracle deck. And we're going to go ahead and see what the message here is from the universe. Alright, so we've got first out Archangel Metatron was for group 2. So if you were drawn to group number 2, then go ahead and watch it, because Archangel Metatron obviously was one of the pick a card selections. But this Archangel is asking you at this time to increase your light levels, open your stellar gateway chakra. And so, it feels like this is an energy of manifestation. This is an energy of dynamism. This is an energy of moving forward in everything. This is an energy that doesn't quit, doesn't stop, relentless, right? This is a juggernaut kind of energy here. As above, so below is essentially what Metatron is trying to bring here. You are being asked to literally create heaven on earth, right? The Hierophant, which here it's the wise counselor, they have a very strong purpose, and that purpose is to take the divine, to take that spiritual, chaotic, beautiful energy that's floating, right, and put it into writing. It's like kind of like what the people that created these cards did, right? They took the essence of spirituality, the essence of the human experience, and they put it into pictures and words, and now we get to actually see it in its vastness, and it's just beautiful, right? Well, it's kind of the energy that's going to bring you fulfillment. It's the energy that the universe wants for you to be a part of, right? To partake in. Be the wise counselor to the people around you, to your friends. Be a wise counselor to your community. These things are going to bring you into balance and lead you into what's next, into the cycle that's next in your life. So, increase your energy levels. Open your stellar gateway chakra. Archangel Zuriel says to you to give and receive love. Obey the spiritual laws. Wow. Now, spiritual laws that's tricky, right? Because obviously, if we listen to the teachings of, for example, Nietzsche, teaches that there is such a thing as a Superman, a person who's able to follow his own moral code in going against society and the norms. And so, spiritual laws, just anything to do with laws, just kind of always, it brings a little creativity into my mind, right? It's like, what exactly do you hold most dear? What do you believe in? As a wise counselor, there is a lot of wisdom inside of you. And so I feel that a lot of you know exactly what creates an ambience of true happiness and prosperity. So you're being asked to be that for yourself first, and for the people around you, right? So give and receive love. The theme here is definitely for you to, be a little bit more for society, for the people around you, right? Life review. We've got so many people showing up here with Archangel Jeremiah, wanting you to understand that your actions are affecting yourself and others, self-control, moderation, once again, a very important theme. Now, we're going to go ahead and get some direct messages from the Compass Oracle. This deck has like 200 cards. This deck is kind of interesting because the messages are not really a foretelling or a divinatory message, but more of a message of what's truly important, right? So we got one card. Now we've got another. Now we've got another. All right, so we're going to start with the one that came out first, which is home. Let's see what this card reads. Boy, big message. We're going to read this together. To have a place of belonging and comfort. This doesn't necessarily have to be a house. It can be a feeling or a place, a person or experience with whom I feel completely comfortable, and somewhere or someone I can always go to. To feel a sense of comfort, belonging, security, happiness that relates to or that happens inside the place where I and potentially the people I love reside. Wow. Wow. This is Hierophant energy, people. All right, group number 3. This is 100% Hierophant energy. Creating a place of belonging and comfort. So I think that a lot of you, maybe some of you you've created a place you created this for yourself, okay? But you're not sharing it with people, right? You're not allowing people in. And so in some ways you are being asked, great, this is who you're supposed to be. You are the wise counselor. You want to be at peace, but you have to attract people into your space. One thing that I'm noticing in spirituality, there's this preoccupation, and, the message sometimes, it's like that for me. When I see the reading, Absolutely, I definitely say it. But in spirituality, I'm noticing that there's this preoccupation and obsession with being alone, right? Like, don't allow other people to come into your space and to be a part of what you're doing. Don't tell anything to anybody. Yeah, just stay to yourself and guard your energy, you know. And it's almost like, yeah, okay, if you know, you have to be like that to some extent with toxic and people and energy vampires. But for you, you have to get away from that a little bit, right? Now is the time to allow the people that are actually there to help you in, right? This community that you've built, this home that you've built for yourself, you got to let people in. You have to let people be a part of your life, and you have to share your life with those people as well. Support and love them. All right, now let's take a look at this card. This one, let's see if it comes into focus. This one reads, to be a I mean, can the message get any clearer? To be a support to others, to dedicate yourself to the maintaining, sustaining, well-being, and success of another, to assist them or hold them up or lend your energy to their well-being, progress, desires, or aims. Wow. Christ light, Hierophant energy, wise counselor energy, 100%. Support your people. Group number 3. Show your face. You are a leader. You are a wise counselor. Why are you retracing from your people? Why aren't you leading them into the new age with all of your with your vastness and your understanding and your knowledge? Why aren't you being a beacon of hope and light for the people around you, for your community? This is a part of your purpose, a part of your very essence. So it's important for you to give into that. And we have here equality, to promote and experience a life where I and others experience equal status, rights, and opportunities. I value the feeling of sameness with others and or being at the same level and being seen as having the same level of quality. Wow. This is the message that I think the universe wants you to share with people. This is, I feel, the message of balance, right? We saw that with the balance card, right, which is temperance here, card number 14. And so, 14 breaks down to 6. And so, no, I'm sorry, 14 breaks down to 5. But with the balance here, what we have is essentially a compromise, a moderation. And so, yeah, I think that a lot of you have just become you've just become too detached from people, detached from the world, and unfortunately, it's become detrimental. Honestly, it's becoming detrimental to you. It's leading you to not being able to see things clearly. You are energetically, just right off the bat, energetically, with the world reversed, you're in a place where you aren't moving into the next phase of your life, right? And you're right there. My goodness, you're right there. That's what the world wants you to understand. You're right there. Literally, this is like the only area in your life that you need to change in order to move into the next cycle, right? So if for those of you that are feeling stuck, like nothing ever happens, why am I not receiving this knight in shining armor that all these pick-a-card people are telling me is coming, right? Like tomorrow, right? With this over-positive message of light and love everywhere. Why aren't these things happening? Well, a lot of it has to do with your thought process energetically, where you are, who you're allowing into your space, and who you're not allowing into your space. You are the wise counselor. You understand energies. You'll know who is good, who is bad, who should be in your space, and who should not be. But you're not letting them in, right? And you're believing all these things that people are telling you of, like, oh, be careful, there's energy vampires, there's narcissists out there, they're all over the place, they're going to come and they're going to consume you and destroy you, you need to be careful, right? You're believing all of that, and you're forgetting that you are someone who has vision. You are someone who sees a little further than other people. It's a part of your counselor ways. It's a part of your power. It's a part of your ability to see, right? It's a part of your fire, your dynamism. And so all you have to do is allow people to come into your home, share what you have with them, and support them, love them. That's what's being asked of you right now, to give of yourself to others. Self-sacrificing energy. And that is difficult to do in today's environment, huh? Absolutely. So that is what I see here. Group number 3, very sorry for the camera incident. But thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. And also, please do not fall for the fraudsters. There are dozens of accounts out there with the Tarot Magician name on them, my face. It's worrying. Okay, dozens. I've reported them, but unfortunately, a lot of them have followers. Like, there's an account that has like 1,500 followers. Okay, this person's been stealing my content, reposting it. It's horrifying. But anyways, they're reaching out to you guys and asking for donations. They're asking for cash apps, and they're promising to send you a reading. Listen, I will never reach out to you directly. If you are interested in a reading, you have to go through my website, which is tarotmagicianstore.com. I will include the link in the description. That is the only possible way. Do not send any money to anyone claiming to be the Tarot Magician. No, please. So thank you guys once again. Love you, and bye-bye.